Hello, Markee Dragon, also known as Marcus Eichenberry in real life, and welcome to another episode of the EVE Online 30-Day Challenge. So, not sure what we're going to do this episode, but it's going to be fun, right? Okay. Let me bring the guys on here from TeamSpeak. Hello, guys. Sorry I was away for so long. You know, customers had to be helped. So, okay. Thinking here, I was worried about tackling everything on my list, and we haven't hardly talked about anything on my list. Hey, I have a question for you guys. Do any of you play EVE on Linux? Guess that'd be a no. Okay. So.
I just played my first game of Blink and I won.
Oh. Did you do well?
Put 2 million down and potentially could get 12 million just if I sold the ship.
Cool. So, yeah, cool. Hey, have any of you ever done the hacker profession?
Yes.
No, that's part of exploration. You got to have the skills for that. And that's where I think they're changing the names in the expansion, but it's where you get the data cores from and some other stuff. Some of the more common ones I would turn around and sell back on the market for 20 million.
So basically, you're
changing it completely.
Oh, they are about to change that completely.
Yeah,
Well,
right
just
now
the
it's
basic
just fly to a
names and
can, use the module on it, and you get something from it, maybe.
And
They're gonna change it to a little mini game.
There's one of the tutorial missions has you go through that stuff.
That
And then some people get confused about it in the tutorial mission, but they tell you to go find a site, and then you're supposed to take something out of the can to prove that you found it and bring it back to your agent.
it's a go fetch mission.
Yeah, first you got to scan it, but like I said, the scanning thing is changing with the probes this expansion, so you might want to wait. I think I linked you something that Seamus did on his YouTube. He's showing on Singularity server the new scanning mechanics. You used to have to put out individual probes, bring them all together on the scanning screen there, and you have to move them all individually and scan and everything. Now they're just doing away with all that, and then now you just pop out the probe array, and they're already set. You just got to change the distance, and so it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah. So I have somebody here, Roguish. There's the TeamSpeak. You want to come on and talk about that? You're welcome to join up. Because I'm calling BS, man. So.
Yeah, if you want to go to on the market, and there's in order to go to these sites, you still need to be able to scan them down. But you'll also need the module that goes in the mid slot for the code breaker.
Okay.
And the proper skills to do it. If you have poor skills, you will be trying to unlock and break code things, and it will just won't work. So you need and to be able to scan some of the valuable sites down, you need to train your scanning skills up to 4: astrometric pinpointing, astrometrics, astrometric range-finding, up to at least 4. So training time and some and quite a lot of it to be able to do it effectively.
Yeah. Hey,
Hello?
switching gears. Hey, Roguish, how are you?
Hey.
What is this?
So,
What is this you're posting in Twitch there?
dude, I'm chilling, waiting for some shit to happen.
Uh huh. And you're
I've been
like
on this stream for a little while. I thought that there might be some space shit.
some. There's a spaceship. It's on the screen right now.
Oh, really?
Uh huh. Yeah. If you're watching the show, there's a spaceship right there.
Yeah, apparently, some guy named CCC told me I won a $400 gift card to TGI Fridays. Never
Oh.
got it.
Oh. And okay. So, what does that have to do with me?
He's a moderator of your chat. He
Oh.
told me.
Yeah. So these volunteer mods are okay.
Yeah,
Um,
see? He's calling me a jerk right now.
well, you're sounding like one. I mean, I don't understand what it is that you think that
Free
you're.
giveaway. I get a $400 gift card to TGI Fridays.
Huh?
It's half off appetizers off 10 o'clock.
I think you're just trolling, buddy. Yes,
I would
well,
never troll about a $400 gift card to TGI Fridays.
right. So,
Stocking stuffers, if you know what I mean.
uh-huh.
If you're a true troll, you troll about everything. Like me.
Yeah. So, well, that's obviously a failed subject.
We can, how about I hop on your spaceship, call it even, we fly to Juniper, and smoke some of that space weed.
Dude, you
That's
are a
it, by the way.
nut. Oh, okay. Well, have a good day there, Rogish. I don't know what's up with him. That was interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, I guess we needed some entertainment, and he was it. So, what he didn't realize is that he was the actual gift card, and the gift card said that I get one free male entertainer to come on to my TeamSpeak, and actually Jester. So he was
Yeah,
he
Jester.
was a jester. Yeah. So
Yeah. If he would have been my jester in the Middle Ages, I would have had him taken out and tossed in the closest river with a stone tied around his neck.
so anyway, yes, that was I don't know what to think, but okay, well, that was fun diversion. Now back to the game. So okay, where do we find those gift cards here in the in the spaceships? Okay, the hacker profession. Well, I guess we'll talk more about that after the new patch goes in, and then we can. Maybe have a little bit better content for how it's actually working. So, as opposed to what we think it'll be like.
Removing some steps.
Yeah, we can also do it as a team effort with. Then you usually have one scanner that scans down because you have to. As it's now, you need to scan the place down. Then you need to clear out the rats. And then the scanner ship comes back and hacks the site.
Many times I'm doing those hacking sites, and I will not get any rats at all. And it may take me 10 minutes to find the site, and depending on the size of the site, maybe 5-10 minutes to traverse it, and then hack and get all that stuff out of the cans, and so I turn around and make 20 million just for doing hardly anything.
Then where do you do these kind of hack sites? Like in high sec or something?
Well, low sec is my main home.
Yeah, I think we should sneak out somewhere in a system with a little lower security standing and screw around there like in 0-0.
You can get lucky in maybe 0.5 and find something that'll give you a few million.
Yeah, but on the other hand, they're turning the mechanic for that, I think, upside down and kind of, yeah, making it some form of mini game, I think.
Well, anyway, so on to the next subject. We'll pick up hackers again another day.
Yeah.
I've heard you guys say several times about going out ice mining, but when I looked up the stuff on it, they called it ice harvesting.
Yeah.
Is that, same thing?
Yeah, it's a they're going to be changing that in the patch as well. They're going to make it so it doesn't take so long between cycles, and they're also moving them to. They used to be like static belts, and then just like regular asteroid belts, and then once they're mined out, then they would respawn at a certain time.
No, wait a second. I think that is there changes coming to it? Is that what you're saying? Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so, instead of having the static asteroid belts that you have now at Jude Warp 2, they're going to be making it so that they're going to be like the anomaly sites. So you have to scan them down, and then they'll last for a little bit, and then they'll be up like every 3 or 4 hours to get everybody around the world a chance to get at them. So there, I remember you could go to them right now on certain sites in high sec, and you'll just find.
Okay, you guys are speaking beyond me, because I know nothing about ice mining or ice harvesting, and so you're talking about all the changes, but I don't even have the foundation of it, other than I know that it's like mining, right?
Yeah, it's just like asteroid mining, but then they're going to be changing it so that you have to scan them down to get to them first.
Okay.
So then. And then they'll last for then when they're down they'll recycle every 3 or 4 hours to have around the clock, so different time zones will have a chance to get at them.
Yeah, so that the guys in the most populated time zone just don't clear them up, then the next time zone comes on and there is nothing.
And what ice mining is for is to power player-owned stations.
And the jump drive of my carrier and the sinos of my sino.
Yeah, all the isotopes you get from them. Depends, the type of ice depends on the isotopes you need for whatever you're trying to fuel.
Okay. Well. So. I guess I don't know. I stepped into a little bit more than I was looking for there.
Just wait with ice mining.
It's just another industry skill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The thing with the ice mining is just take the time between cycles is you can go and make a sandwich and have lunch and then back.
Let's see here. Implants. Are implants the same as a halo set?
Halo set is a set of a type of implants.
I see, so it's a particular type.
Certain types do certain things. Like there's the Sisters probing set that will help you have better scanning skills.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna AFK quick, get in the microwave.
Yeah, you basically have implants for everything, and skill boosting implants that increase your power grid, increase your speed, increase your damage with certain guns, increase your speed. If you need a little bit more power grid to fit your ship the way you want it, you can buy 1, 3, or 5 or 7% implant to increase the power grid of your ships. So yeah, you can increase your mining yield with industry implants. And if like on ratting tunes, I have a lot of missile implants and speed implants to maximize the effect and the money income of those characters. So you can check skilled hardwiring, for example. You can see gunnery implants, navigation implants. If you're flying the Dremiel, for example, it's good to have speed implants to give you just a little edge, just to punch it up a little bit. Your probability of winning. So you see, you can specialize even further. You can specialize with your fit, and then you can have a special implant set in a jump clone for that ship with that fit. If you want to be extra specialized and maximize your effectiveness with that fit. So
let me ask.
Yeah.
Now, if I wanted to use implants to boost my skill gain, now I've seen that there's all the way through +5 on the implants. Am I able to buy +5 and just implant those, or do I have to train some other skills to be able to use those +5?
The skills you need for implant to +5, then you need to change, and then you need to train cybernetics to level 5.
Oh, I see.
It's a science skill called cybernetics, which you train to be able to use.
I think I'm at 2 right now, or 2 or 3.
Yeah. Then to be able to train, be able to use the best implants, the +5, you need +5. And then you need cybernetics at the level 5. I have mostly used the standard implants. It's +4. Because if you want to put in a +5 set in your clone, it's I think what it's 600 or 700 millions for the set.
Right, it's very expensive.
Yeah, so I have usually, because you see here where I am, it's for ocular filter improved, it's 134 millions, and for the standard one, it's 24 million. So for this +1, it's 110 million ISK difference. So I rather just use the +4 implant, because then I put the implants in my clone for like what's 120, 130 millions or something. If it's instead of 600 millions or something like that.
And how much of a difference is it between level 4 and level 5? As far as is it?
It's not a drastic difference. For me, it's not a 500 million ISK difference.
Right.
I checked it out quite a while back. I don't remember the numbers of it, but I didn't think it paid off. Plus, a lot of the time, I'm not even in that expensive clone because I'm flying around. I would not dare to undock with a clone if I had 600 million implant set on it.
Right.
So I spent a lot of time out of my study clones, so I just figured out it simply did not pay off to have this +5. If you catch my drift.
Yeah, well, that's it's like bang for the buck, So
yeah.
And that actually goes in real life economics as well.
Yes.
That a $250,000 car, yes, it'll go faster than a $100,000 car, but is it is it more than double as fast as a $100,000 car? No, it's not. It's only a little bit.
Yeah, and if you calculate this up, would you buy $100,000 car, or would you buy a $3 million car? Just because the one car, yeah, and the real difference is the $3 million car. It has leather seats and a sunroof. The difference is just +1, so there is so little difference for such a huge amount of money. So you would just say that the $100,000 car has, yeah, it's just plain, and the $3 million car, it has leather seats and sunroof. So
Right.
the difference is so small.
I guess the only way it'd be worth it is if you were never undocking with that character or never any risk of dying. Then maybe over the long term, over like a year of skill training or something like that, it would be worth it. But
yeah, but like I say, then it's like I say, then you like if you're always in that clone and always turning on and never undock with it, then it may pays off. But
what let's see here. And implants, they're considered used once you've implanted them. You can't unimplant them.
No.
Right.
Therefore, that's why training inomorph physiology and creating jump clones it's a good thing, because then you can have +4 implants in your clone that you use when you have a break, and if you have a combat clone, you might want to just knock it up a notch by putting skill hardwiring that increases your speed a little bit to give you a little edge in PvP. And if you're doing industry, then you can put on and have industry implants in your industry clone. Then you can like 5% bonus to mining yield of mining lasers and things like that. So that's why I like having the maximum amount of clones on my characters.
For the jump clones, now I understand that there's some time limits between jumping between them.
Yeah, it's 24 hours.
Okay, but once that 24 hours is up, you can jump, and is that instantaneous, or do you have to wait a little bit longer?
No, when the 24 hours are up, you just put your skills at pause and go out of your ship, and then just clone jump. And there's a timer that counts down until next jump. Okay. So,
yeah, because I'm thinking about that. I don't know how I'm going to get that up and running though before I have.
We can try using the head GP station. I can go there later tonight and check if the station is open. Or if it's open, we can use that station to create a jump clone.
Okay.
Yeah, then you fly with the character there, go into the station, go to the medical there, go into create jump clone, take your character back out, fly out to high sec. Then you jump clone into the head GP station, take that clone into space, into high sec. Then you create another jump clone. After you jump into the clone, then you fly your clone into high sec, and then the day after you clone jump into the station again and take that clone out and create another jump clone depending on your skill.
Right.
So that's how I've done. Then the day after you can jump clone back to the station, and then you can have 4 or 5 clones in Empire. So it's not complicated. It's just I'm trying to explain it as simply as I can. So you just need to go to the station, create jump clone, go back to Empire, clone jump to the station. Then you activate that clone. Then you can create new jump clone in the station, which you can jump in the day after. And when you go into that, then there is no jump clone in the station. Then you create a new jump clone in the station. So It's fairly simple.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that is the way I did with 3 of my characters to create the jump clones for them. When I because I didn't have a good enough standing with any of their faction, and I didn't want to pay one of these jump clone standing corps bunch of money for being able to do it with them.
Mm-hmm. So that's another way to do it, is to pay for it?
Yeah, then you need to change corps, like they were talking about earlier. I really don't like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
So the head GP station was open to everyone. I can just check later tonight if it's still open. I don't have any character in that general area at the moment.
Yeah, well, maybe tomorrow I can head there.
Yeah. The
So.
only problem with going there is we need to scout before we go in, because it's a really popular place to put up a gate camp.
Ah. Yes.
So we just need to check the gate. I can take a character in there and leave it in there to be able to scout. Then you can, like I said, then you can have the learning clone that you keep your character in the days you're not playing. Then just when you end broadcast, if you're not playing the day after, you just jump in. And then when you go to the broadcast the day after, you just jump into your PvP clone or implant ledge clone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. I kind of figured that my schedule is probably going to be, maybe... well, I haven't figured it out yet. Whether or not I'm going to, maybe make some new videos 1 day a week with Eve, or whether I'll just take a week and say, okay, every day today we're doing Eve. I haven't decided yet how I'm going to handle that. So just have to see, I guess. But it'll allow me to, I'll know ahead of time, and I can, put my guy on just skill training for a couple of weeks or whatever, and especially when I'm gone on vacation.
Yeah, but I would get cybernetics to level 4, because then you can buy the standard implant set
Mm-hmm.
when you want to. And also you need the in morph physiology to be able to create the jump clones. I don't think it takes that long to train.
The main thing stopping you from doing that is just because of the war deck and the corp that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
You could just jump out, go to Estelador. It's free jump clone service. They have free faction boosting service, and you get your clones, and you just go back to wherever you wanted to go.
Is that yeah? But that's the changing corp thing. But that's really a hard thing to do with the war deck thing. But if we can do it through head GP, that's another way. A little more combative, but you don't have to leave the corp.
Yeah. Well, I don't want, with it if it's gonna take 7 days to rejoin the corp or whatever, because of the war stuff, I don't want to leave it. So. So, I wonder. It looks like Rollaz is not available. I wonder if we're still getting new apps based on, people wanting to play with us as noobs.
Docking permission requested.
So. Okay, well. I made it into the station, bringing some stuff over here, including one of my rifters.
By the way, Estelador, the headquarters is in Rennes too.
Stellador. Oh, the place where I can join the corp to get my jump clone. Okay, so I didn't bring very much stuff because the ship doesn't hold very much, but just moved a ship here and some stuff.
And in Eve, we like stuff, as you know.
Mm-hmm. And there we go. Okay. Now, I wonder if there's any shuttles available here. I wish that I could do, I mean, I suppose I could put it just in the keyword shuttle or something. But station 15,000 ISK. 15,000 billion. All these shuttles actually are pretty cheap. Except for, don't have any of the Minmatar shuttles here. That's kind of funny. We're in Minmatar space and there's no Minmatar shuttles in here except ones that are inflated at like 1.7, no, 7, I don't know, 7.5 times the value. That's funny.
When I need shuttles, I don't think inflated shuttle prices are funny. That's one of the most unfunniest thing people do in Eve. When you need a shuttle, and you can only buy a shuttle for like $1 million ISK or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it happens, I guess. They're trying to get some. Let's see here. Trying to get some extra bucks for them. Okay. So, now I understand that with modules and stuff that you have to worry about heat and thermodynamics.
That's only when you overheat your modules. Then you have to worry about that. But
Okay.
you also need skills for that. Then you just have to watch out that you don't burn out your modules.
Mm-hmm.
But that is one of the ways to twist everything up. So then you just overload them just to increase their effectiveness, like for like 20%, and they warm up and take damage from it. And yeah, that's whole kind of complicated thing to spread the heat and let the rack. If you heat one module in the rack, the heat goes over to the other modules and can burn them out as well.
Oh, interesting. And
that's one thing to complicate everything a little bit more.
So it's just like overdriving your computer processor.
Yes, the processor heats up and you heat up everything around it. And if you don't watch what you're doing, you burn up the processor and everything around it. So it's just basically the same.
Yeah. We already talked about this.
Yeah, and if you damage your modules, you need a nanite repair paste to repair them. Unless you burn them out, then you need to go to station and repair them.
So, is this like for the super techie, super nerd player?
No, it's a standard PvP player.
Standard? Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, so
just,
all the high-end PvP players are doing this?
Yeah, it's
even
one
the
of the things.
ones.
Yeah, it's one of the things that give you this little edge that we've been talking about with everything. It's this little edge you want over the other one with, like adding implant or overheating your modules, having good overheat skills, using faction ammo, just adding all of these tiny things to your advantage. It's just one of them. and learning to manage them. And
it's one of the beautiful things about Eve is all of these little fine details.
Yeah.
You were talking. We're doing a roundtable for another game where there's going to be crafting of weapons, and that's something that we were talking about. Is like, okay, well, what kind of ores would be used to make the metals to craft the swords, and would you have higher quality if you use higher quality metals, or if you use different processes and everything. And the answer in the beginning of the game is just that, well, shit, you just press a button saying you're going to make this, and you either have an ingot, with your metal and a little leather for the hilt, or you don't, and it'll just make you a sword. So,
okay.
but but that's even Eve in the very beginning. I think, it was a lot more simplistic. It's like now all the ships are player made. Whereas, when the game first came out, that most of the ships were probably you could buy them off the NPC market or whatever. It's turning control over to the players through very fine tuning of gameplay, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and adding more modules, adding the rig slots, making it a little bit more complicated. Then you have to figure out how is the best way to use this module effectively.
Yeah, I think that it's a wonderful system here in Eve, and Eve could really be used as a model for many other games, not just a space game, but even a medieval fantasy game or post-apocalyptic game or whatever, of how the players can all work together to make the game.
And if you get more into Eve, you will get more into the depth of all of it, and you can be sitting around watching your ship, looking at your modules, looking at your fitting window, and just thinking and watching and thinking. Or looking at your market, the ship, what's it cost, if you put this, if I do that, looking at the Eve fitting tool, and outside app, planning it all up, looking at some more. Then you maybe want to test it out. Then you go to the test server and get a friend of yours to fight for a while, trying it against different setups for him, changing your setup. So the game can become such a time-stealing thing by just trying to figure out how you can get this little edge, spending time. So that's the beauty of it, because with me, I can actually spend hours just trying to find out a fit for a ship for a special purpose. Trying it out and changing it and trying it and changing it.
I now see the light. I know why it was so frickin' complicated when I asked the question, how should I fit my ship?
Yes, it is
It all comes together.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
It's an art to fit your ship properly.
Wow. Okay. Let's see here. Just making a note. Suppose I better jump next, though.
Hello
I don't
again.
want to sit around. Hey, Brian, how are you?
Totally tired after this week.
You've been drinking a lot.
No, negative.
If you're not tired from partying, then too bad.
Cold work.
I hate being tired after work. So what are you up to?
Not much.
Just gonna help me explain that Eve is really simple and easy game.
Oh, golly.
It is.
I know enough now to know that I should not believe you. Yeah. Yeah. So, I can tell you that having these several days off here in between has allowed me to kind of absorb a lot of the information. It was going a little too fast for me in some places, but now it's like I'm getting a lot of this stuff and getting close to being able to advance to up a level to get out of this newbie stage into some lower end mid level and
Well, like I said, you should click the little bubble icon on your chat window, go to help, click on Join Eve University's public channel, and just passively ingest the questions and information that's coming through the chat there. So that's one way you can just get your answers to the questions you have without having to ask them, because they're constantly being asked.
Yeah, well, but now that conflicts with what one of my goals here is, which is to get all these questions out on the air and figure out answers, for the live show and for video.
Well, I figured it was 30 days of how to to learn Eve, and that's one way many people will learn Eve is on that channel.
Well, certainly. So I'm not the typical player. I'm not the and I have secondary goals beyond someone who's just playing the game. So yeah.
I mean, you could just my two of my friends that have begun playing have learned to play through me and my course mates not using Eve University. So this is just one of the ways to learn Eve is to use it. Is to do it through other people, and some people do it through university. I did a lot of it by myself, and it took a tremendous amount of time to understand it because I joined the corps so late.
That's one thing that I didn't do on my previous 3 attempts was I did not join a corporation, and I think that if I had, I would have had some people to help mentor me, and it could have maybe worked out a bit differently one of those times. So I actually have never been a big person to be in guilds or whatnot. I do. It's like I've played World of Tanks now for 2 years, and actually over 2 years because I was in the very first beta, and I still have never joined a clan in there and never done any clan play. I'm just having a good old time, just being myself and being by myself in there. So.
Yeah, I played the same way. Yeah, I sometimes play with a friend of mine. Then it's just the two of us playing together, but never, nor do I have any plans of joining any clans or do any clan play.
So, now that I've been outed in the in Twitch chat that I'm hauling stuff, and that my demise would be much more costly or worth more. I guess I'm done hauling stuff.
Yeah, probably.
I didn't tell anybody that I was hauling, I just did it.
It's not even a rifter, it's just a shuttle, right?
No, it's a shuttle. I'm not hauling anything in the shuttle, but I did go and pick up a rifter and brought it back full. One of my rifters, one of my 30 or so rifters I have over there.
You could be hauling blueprints in there that are worth 50 billion.
Oh yeah, I have actually a bunch of blueprints.
Yeah, you should be transporting that around in a shuttle, like the guy that had like 90 plaques in his ship and was killed with it. That was just. That was nothing. He was kicked from his alliance for doing it. I think it was for for alliance members or alliance accounts or yeah, something like that.
Huh. That's funny. I mean, it's not, but it's
Yeah.
funny. It's one of those things you laugh about later.
I don't think that he will ever laugh about it, but I thought it was pretty. I mean, he was doing a stupid thing. He was flying around with Plex in a vulnerable ship. So, what do you expect? You do silly things and you die. Because people fly around. If you're flying a hauler and you see someone quick locking you and unlocking you, then he has probably been using a cargo scanner. Then he locks you up, cargo scan you, unlocks you again. Then he knows what you are, and then he can relay message to friends, and they might suicide attack you. So they do it with sometimes around the trade hubs to be taking a look into your ship. If you have something valuable and you jump into 06 or 05 high-sec system, and even in a freighter there are like 9 tornadoes waiting for you with large artillery and blow you up.
Okay, well, I think we're about done for the day, guys. But I think we're going to do another drawing for everybody who's here. And before we go, make it worth everybody's while, huh? So, Brian, if you want to hang out, I'll talk to you after the end of the show.
Sure.
And thanks, guys, on TeamSpeak today for helping me out, showing me the way, confusing me, and having all that information. So, hopefully, see you guys tomorrow.
Better.
Okay, so let's. We're going to end this episode right here. I'm going to show you all a quick video here with the ending that actually is Twitch now, which I'm really happy about. And so if you didn't see it when I talked about it earlier, you can see it now. Here's a link in Twitch chat, and then when I come back, we'll do a couple of drawings. Be right back. Now that you've made it this far in the video, let me show you something pretty cool. Have you ever wanted to watch live? I mean, you may be watching live right now, or you've always wondered, how do I know when Markee's going to be on live? Well, let me show you. I found something really cool. If you're using Chrome's web browser, you can go to the Chrome Web Store and you type in Twitch, Twitch, hit enter, and a bunch of stuff comes up. Now, there's this application called Twitch Now, and it is really, really cool. And here's why. Because this application allows you, when you follow me or whoever else you like on Twitch, to be automatically notified when someone is broadcasting in an unobtrusive way. I was so happy to see this because I saw that I no longer had to sift through those emails. Instead, I've got this little button in the upper right, and I click on it, and it shows me all of the sites, all of the channels that I'm currently following. And so, and it looks like it shows them in the order of how many viewers there are. Now, I went ahead and I followed everybody right now who is broadcasting War Z. And just as an example, so I followed all of them. I'm not getting emails because they're all online, and this is awesome. They're just all right here. I click on one, it opens up in a new tab for me, and you know, really lets me lets me watch them. I can close that one. I can go on to the next one, and it opens it up, and I'm sure it's going to show me another ad. But this is most definitely something that is very much needed, and it'll help me. So I know I'm here working. I don't even have to look at my emails or anything to know when someone is broadcasting that I'm following. This does refresh on its own. You can force it to refresh. It also allows you to browse for other games, look at the top streamers who are on right now, and search and a bunch of other stuff. It's a really, really nice application. I really like it. I think that it's really great, and I encourage you, if you want to know when I'm broadcasting and you use Chrome, to install this. It's very unobtrusive, just sits right up here up in the right, just has a little number next to it, and when nobody's streaming, there's no number. It's really cool. Anyway, I hope you find this of value, and please do follow me and subscribe on YouTube. I'm Markee Dragon. Take care.